I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man. You got AJ Brown, who's a legit number one, and you got Julio, who's a legit number one. One of them dudes gotta get double teamed. Who gonna get double teamed? And whoever gets double teamed, the other one gets the ball. I'm saying this with no pun intended, but full of pride. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as your children say in the streets, what it do, baby? It is your boy Pride on a Monday. Beautiful Monday. Mike, how are you feeling, my dude?
I'm feeling good, man. I can finally be on social media. I seen Spider-Man.
Don't do it. Don't do it, because I still need to see it.
Oh, but it was a masterpiece, bro.
I heard it. I've seen things of it. Of like videos. They actually, like, you know, the Spider-Man meme when they're pointing at each other. They did that in the movie where it's all three of them kind of pointing at each other. I thought that was funny. I saw that. Yeah, I saw a whole bunch of like clips of it, and I don't want it to be ruined. The goal is to see it. Either this, I don't know about this weekend, but next weekend I want to see it. That is my life goal. I know I'm late on it, but I'll be honest, it's just pure laziness. That's the reason I haven't gotten looked at it.
Like I'm as you can see, if you're looking behind me, I'm a Spider-Man. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan and Venom. So it's funny to see grown people in the theater clapping at certain things. So that was dope to me. But yeah, you gotta see it, bro. It was probably the best movie I've seen this year.
That's some stuff. Cause one of my boys, Mike, shout out to Mike Hughes. He went and saw it like the day it dropped. Yeah. And in the group chat, that's all he's been talking about. Yeah. It's like Spider-Man. Bulls are back. Spider-Man. Zach LaVine. Spider-Man. DeMar DeRozan's MVP. Spider-Man. So it's like.
And one thing, just not gonna spoil, but you're gonna look at Tom Holland as a different. And me watching that, he moving up there as probably one of the best Spider-Mans. Like you gonna look at him different in that movie.
That's definitely something I need to see. But we all know Spider-Man has, superpowers. One man who doesn't, Anthony Davis, goes down yet again. At this point, I feel bad. Anthony Davis, and look, he's trying so desperately to fight through it. Every time there's an injury, he tries to go through. Like he tries to fight it. He doesn't really want to be down, but then at the end of the day, it's always something that ends up being extremely serious. Mike, he's going to miss at least 4 weeks. Where do the Lakers go from here? And do you believe that LA should begin considering parting ways with Anthony Davis?
First thing, probably I guarantee some people said on Twitter that they blame. Oh, I think my mic went out. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Some people blame LeBron James when they push the defender off into Anthony Davis. Do you see it that way, or?
Well, I'll be honest. Before he went to the locker room, before that,
yeah, he did.
So I think he was already compromised, to be honest.
He tried to fight through it.
And so I thought his, I'd already thought structurally he was already not good, right? So that's kind of why when I saw that, and when I saw LeBron kind of, push him, I don't think he was pushing him into AD. I think he was just pushing him to get room, to get space.
Yeah, he just kind of get him with too much strength. Yeah,
like when you do a crossover and when you throw the leg, but there's that one hand that's open, you kind of push him, and then you that's what it kind of looked like to me a little bit, where it was just LeBron trying to get separation, and again he's a freight train. Yeah. So homeboy went flying right into Anthony Davis. I just think, to be honest, it was wrong place, wrong time for Anthony Davis, LeBron James. That whole play, which is a wrong place, wrong time, and it sucks. It really does. It really sucks.
Yeah, I agree. I think LeBron, he pushed off, and the guy just went flying. But as far as Anthony Davis, you said, do I feel like they should trade him? I mean, it's hard because you did give away your whole franchise for this guy, and I don't know what you would get for Anthony Davis unless you kind of like rebuild and try to get another crack at it through free agents.
I mean, look, for me, I don't think they should trade him. The only reason I actually considered this was because I was talking earlier today with a Laker fan, and he straight up said, "I think it's time." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I think it's time to trade Anthony Davis." And I was like, "Wait a minute, why?" I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Look, as of right now, LeBron is doing LeBron things. Eventually, he's gonna have to, take a break or whatnot." When they went and traded for Anthony Davis, it was told that AD, you're here for two reasons. There's going to be, in essence, two phases of your career here in LA. Phase one, you're going to be the second best guy. You're going to help LeBron, or the best guy, but you're here to help LeBron carry this team to get rings, right? That was phase one. Phase two was you are then going to, when LeBron steps down or retires or whatever the case may be, you are to grab the mantle and carry this LA team to the next chapter of the organization, right? Like, he's supposed to be leading them into the next generation, so to speak. And now it's to the point where a 37-year-old LeBron James is projected to play more games and more minutes, and Anthony Davis is in the prime of his career, 28 years old. And when he told me all that stuff, I was like, all right, I understand, the frustration, but to straight up trade AD, like you said, Mike, the problem I'm having is AD's reputation in the league right now
It's not
isn't
good.
really the best. Not to say that he's a cancer or anything like that, but AD, he said, look, I'm chilling at this point, whatever I set out everything I wanted to accomplish, and I'm chilling.
I mean, the whole thing with AD, I never seen AD as that number one guy who can carry a team because we've seen it happen in New Orleans. So I never really thought AD was gonna take over once LeBron leave. I always felt like it's LA, so the next big free agents, you look at the team, you like, I got AD as my second man, so why not go over there and play with AD? So I don't think the Lakers should trade AD. They should know what they got in AD. So when LeBron do retire, trying to find another 1A to go with AD, not to give everything to AD because AD can't carry a franchise, a team, especially with his injuries. So
and
that's
and and
that's
this is what I was thinking. And if I'm out of pocket for this, holla at me. Just let me know. But if the Lakers have to go and trade somebody else to pair with AD, you need to be careful with who you get.
yeah.
Because the thing is when whoever you get, whether you got somehow finesse Damian Lillard, maybe Jason Tatum doesn't want to be in
I
in
don't think
Boston.
JT going
And
anywhere.
oh no, neither do I. But I'm just saying for the
Oh,
conversation's sake,
yeah.
let's say him or Jason or Jaylen Brown, they want to go somewhere. Let's say Luka Doncic gets his relationship with Dallas sours. Let's say some of these things happen. Whoever you get to pair up with Anthony Davis, and again, I don't want to make it seem like Anthony Davis is injury prone, but at the same time, that's where he's heading.
Yeah, it got to
You
be
know?
somebody who's a leader, who's an alpha, like a number one
Yes.
option. You can't trade for a number two and
No.
expect them to work out because it's not going to work out. We've seen it happen with Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis. It's just not going to work out.
It's not, and that's why I'm saying like whoever you get needs to be a dominating presence.
Yeah,
He needs to be that dude. You
because
know what I mean? Like,
when healthy, he's going to show. He's going to give buckets. He half his stretches of game when he disappeared. But
yes,
it's just that he's just not that dominant of a player to be a one number one option and injury prone. And the
and
only reason
and he, and like you said, and you hit it. Excuse me, you hit it perfectly. When healthy, Anthony Davis is the definition of a problem,
Yeah,
right? However, there are times where he is tentative.
and he
And my
made.
thing is look, this is what he's giving the Lakers this year so far. 23 points per game off of 52% shooting. Very, very respectable. 35 minutes per game, a little over that, which again, respectable. Um, he's not shooting great from three, only 17% from three. However, he's only shooting it about two, he's only getting up to about two threes per game. So people were like frying him, saying, "Oh my God, he's horrible from 3-point line." And I'm like, well, first and foremost, you got to understand he's not really taking as many shots as people think he is. You know,
Yeah,
um, but again, 23 points per game, about 3 assists, almost 10 rebounds, 9.9. He's almost giving you a double double. So the talent is there. The talent is there. The problem is his availability.
yeah.
You know, like
And
his rookie year, he played 64 games. His second year, 67, 68, 61, 75, 75, 75, or like 275s, 56, 62. Last year, 30, 36. This year so far, 27, and that number is gonna go down. Andre, what up, my guy? How you feeling?
what's up, Andre?
It's just tough. It's tough because again, Anthony Davis has the talent, and the problem also is, and maybe I'm bugging, Mike. Is it me or is every time Anthony Davis go to the five, he all of a sudden plays like a three? He plays like an oversized LeBron James instead of him just or not even LeBron James, like CJ Miles or something. Like, he just wants to be a jump shooter, and it's like you can shoot, but bring your butt down to the paint, bro. Like that's where you're gonna get all your points.
But when he plays the five, it's like he take the big out, so the big not gonna really go out. So that's where he shooting the threes at. Like he play like a guard, like you said, when he's playing a five. And it's
Yeah,
crazy because everybody was comparing him and Giannis, and it just seemed like Giannis just.
yeah. Giannis is still way better. Or no, I'm sorry. AD's still way better. No way.
I'm taking Giannis.
That's fine. You can take Giannis. I'm good with AD. I'm good with AD.
I know Giannis gonna give me 82.
I mean, will he though?
82 games, yeah.
Giannis?
Healthy, yeah.
Okay, and a healthy AD would give me 82.
But
Is
yeah,
it on it? Wait, hold on. Isn't Giannis hurt right now? Hold on. Yeah, he's out.
he's hurt? Oh,
Yo,
well,
no. He's on the COVID list.
COVID is not that's not injury.
It's the same thing.
No,
It's
what?
like the same thing. Hold on. It's like the
What?
same thing in the WNBA when a player gets pregnant, right? It's like they're out, and it's the same thing. You're not available. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
but how can he help if it's an outbreak? Everybody's out with COVID.
LeBron wasn't. Russ wasn't. DeMar DeRozan wasn't.
No, look, Demar was out for 10 days.
No, he wasn't.
He
He
was
he
out for
tested negative. He tested negative.
bro. He was out 10 days, bro.
No,
He
no,
just
no, no,
came
no, no,
back.
no, no. He tested. No, listen. He got positive, but then he had two negatives. He still wasn't enough because when he came out, it still was like 57 other dudes on your team that had COVID. So even with him coming out, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it would have mattered. It mattered with the
No,
Lakers.
no. I'm talking about when he cleared it. Like
Oh,
when he cleared it, yeah. When he got back and say it didn't matter because he
when he
himself wasn't enough.
the Lakers was the first game he came back to.
Yes.
He was out ever since.
Yeah, and so were the Bulls.
Wait, what the hell? You just confused the hell out of me, bro. We talking about DeMar DeRozan, right? Or
Yeah.
LeBron James.
No, DeMar.
The okay, yeah, DeMar DeRozan was out for like 10 days. He just came back. Oh, against the Lakers.
We're gonna find out. He only missed 3 games.
Yeah, in the last 10 days.
He only missed 3 games. And two of those games, the Bulls didn't play.
Yeah, I know.
But that's Mike. We're saying the same thing.
How
We're
you get
saying the
to
same thing.
all right, well, yeah, all
Because
right.
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. When y'all had the outbreak, he originally
Yeah.
tested negative, right? He then had or he tested positive. He had 2 negative tests afterwards. The thing is, they still had too many players on it.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So
You
you're
see what I'm
saying
saying?
they canceled the 2 games so he couldn't ever play. All right, I get
Exactly.
you. All right, I get
So it
you.
literally wouldn't have
All right.
mattered because he himself he wasn't going to
Yeah,
be able to play it. You know what I
I
mean?
got you.
Listen, COVID is confusing.
Yeah,
COVID is weird as
I
shit.
got you. Now.
It's
Yeah,
so weird.
I forget about the two games that got postponed. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got postponed, which
so
is going to be. I don't know when they're
he
going to
would have came
replay it.
back to play Detroit, but they canceled Detroit because
Yes.
Demar and Kobe White was ready to go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's when they were starting to get their dues back. So,
yeah.
um,
So
um,
that's my fault. That's my fault.
no, you good, you good, you good. Listen, bro. When it comes to COVID, this is weird. Giannis over AD. If
Thank
y'all
you.
want to say that argument, that's fine. I'm not gonna be mad about that. I just said, bro, I'm so happy Packers finally started using AD Dillon in the red zone this year. I'm surprised they haven't because this dude is he's like what 260.
And he a big boy.
He a big boy, and the fact that they didn't have me use him is wild.
If,
But
if they don't come back next year with the same team, I'll probably if they break that team up.
it's gonna be interesting because Aaron Rodgers said, "I don't mind coming back.
Yeah.
I just want my 3-year deal. I want at least a 3-year deal, and whoever gives me more, that's where I'm going." So let's see how they go from there. But in terms of AD, look, it's tough, man. Look, I like I said, I've spoken to some LA fans, and some of them genuinely believe that it's time to trade Anthony Davis. And I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't do that because again, I would say, you never know. Maybe after LeBron leaves, you guys can go get somebody else. And all of a sudden, you have somebody you compare with AD.
I mean, the next crop of talent is some of these young guys. They ain't getting like a KD or
But here's
like
the thing.
that.
Here's the thing. They that's not what they should do because by the time LeBron leaves, KD will probably start his own decline. James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, they're gonna be on the decline. That's why the names I said, the Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, like
Or Mitchell would
Luka
be nice.
Doncic,
Mitchell would be real nice.
Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox. Like that's why I'm naming young guys because by the time LeBron leaves, that they might be starting to hit their stride. So if you
LaMelo
can
might
scoop them
force
up,
his way out of Charlotte. LaMelo in LA.
no, that to me that won't make a difference at all.
But yeah, Lakers should not be focusing on trading Anthony Davis. What they should be focusing on is Westbrook.
And I still get to this day, I still get so much hate for this. I really do because people say, "Oh, it's because you hate Russell Westbrook." And to me, I'm like, look, it's not that I hate Russell Westbrook, but his style of play is not conducing to winning. It's just really a fact of it.
I mean, he has one game. It's just haven't got him too far. Him playing with another superstar just haven't worked out.
Listen, are the Lakers? Do they care about winning a playoff series or do they care about winning a championship?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Him with the Lakers is not going. Him
That's
like
what I'm saying.
him with the Pacers would be so good because
Oh, if you bring him to a team that just wants to make the playoffs,
yeah,
then what he does, his style of play works perfectly. It works perfectly.
yeah.
Now, if you want to win a championship,
No.
his style of play don't work. It just doesn't. Like, let's just call it what it is. Andre with a question. 5 players you see as superstars over the next 3 to 5 years. Mike, I'm gonna let you start with this one.
How like what's the age limit? Can you give me an age limit? Like
Say under, let's say, Andre, say like under 24 or something like that. Give us like an age
24.
we got to start from. And while he does that, let me just
look up some players.
wrap up my point with this because the problem I have with this whole Russell Westbrook, he's all of a sudden doing great. Lakers have lost 2 in a row now, and that's all I'm saying. Just keep that in context. And Andre with the comment says, yeah. So 5 players under the age of 25 who will be great, who will be superstars in the next 3 to 5 years. If you don't mind, Mike, I'll go first. 1, Jason Tatum. 2, John Morant. 3,
I thought
I'm
you
gonna
didn't like
go.
John Morant.
Huh?
I thought you didn't like John Morant.
It's not that I don't like him. I just originally thought it was that in the draft, I thought Zion was going to be better than John Morant. When it first went down, that's why I really thought that. Looking back at it, I definitely was wrong. John Morant is a problem. So, no, but it's not that I don't like him. I took Zion over him. But yeah, so Jason Tatum, John Morant, Luka Doncic. Some people don't consider him a superstar because they're like he doesn't have a signature moment, and I'm like, okay, you need to get your signature moment should be you leaving the sports world because that's idiotic. Another one I like, low key, maybe it's me, De'Aaron Fox. That one to me is a sleeper. One more, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could potentially be one of the next 3 to 5 years. He's got the potential. And a dark horse I still think Zion Williamson can be that guy. He just we need to figure out what's going on with him. You know what I mean? Like, is it really health related? Is he trying to force his way out of New Orleans? We need to figure all that stuff out. And if he needs to move on, let's put him in a different environment and see. So I'm not going to say he can't, but
you just don't know. Yeah, just don't know.
At this point, there's too many question marks, so I'm not going to give up hope yet. But yet, those would be my 5.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna go ahead and put him as my dark horse too, because I'm not comfortable putting him in my top 5. But
right,
I got Tatum, of course. Tatum. I love Tatum. Tatum. I'm mad at Boston fans because they got Tatum. I got Luka. Is Booker under 25?
Ooh. Let's see. Hold on. I think he is 25. I'll be honest with you. Devin Booker age. Let's see. He is 25. Okay. 25 in October. Ha! You can't use him.
I can't use him?
Nah, under 25. They gotta be under 25. That was the rule.
All right, so I say Tatum, Luka. I'm gonna go with John Morant.
Okay.
Who else I got? John Morant, Anthony Edwards.
I like that one.
And then my sleeper pick that nobody probably looking at is Darius Garland.
I'm not even mad at that Darius Garland one. 100%. Not even mad. I do like that kid a lot. I was wondering if the Cavs would try to pair him with Colin Sexton. Even though Colin Sexton is injured when he comes back, they're still they're planning on trading him anyway. So, but no, definitely some solid.
They got some pieces to get a star. I can quickly get packaging Sexton, Laurie, and now I keep Allen and Mobley.
Yeah, I'm keeping them 110%. But real quick, JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. I wholeheartedly believe right now he should be the front runner. Why does Luka struggle to stay in shape? This is how I look at it.
Before we answer that, none of us said Trae Young.
I don't think he'll ever be a superstar.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think he'll be a star.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'll have superstar moments. I think he'll be a borderline, like, you know what I mean? Like, he'll kind of be like so close.
Yeah, but he wouldn't get there.
Me personally, I don't think so. I think he'll get close to it. If he ends up being it, he'll be like a lower tier superstar, which if you're even being any type of superstar, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's impressive in and of itself. So it's not like I'm saying he's a long shot to be a superstar. You know, but I kind of, you know, I look at him as I don't think so. I think it'll be close. Why does Luka struggle to stay in shape? I just think he's young. I just think he's young, and you also got to think about it. This is a kid who, if we're gonna be honest, he's not athletic.
And nobody really stopping him at that side. He still getting to his spot. So it's like, why exactly bottle shot change up?
Right. So that's probably how he's looking at it. But he does need to slim down a
But
little
I
bit.
just hope Dallas get their stuff together and help that young man out because right now it's just Luca and everybody else.
I mean, Chris Porzingis he's been
I
pretty
mean,
solid.
yeah, he
Um,
been solid, but he not he. I mean, haven't really made much noise. Like they still a 500 team,
no, well, now they're under 500.
so
Yeah,
it's
I think they're a game under 500. I think. Um,
time for a shakeup.
yeah, Luka Doncic, he leads this team in points, rebounds, and assists.
Or unless Mark Cuban waiting for the next European player to ask for a trade out, because he loves himself from European players.
And 100%, he wholeheartedly do, and I don't blame him whatsoever. Josh Green was a huge letdown for Dallas. Honestly, I don't think so. But then again, I didn't think the expectations for him were crazy. I'll be honest. Maybe it's just me. They just kind of got him. If I look, I think his thing was, look, we're gonna give you opportunities. Um, Even though he's a two guard, I feel bad because he's basically fighting with Tim Hardaway. Because even though
Hmm.
Tim Hardaway, he's a small forward, but he's really just a two guard, you know.
Yeah,
So they kind of puts him in this weird position. But good luck to him. The Buccaneers got, oh my lord, it was the funniest game I think I've ever seen in my life. It was hilarious. For the longest time, it was 6-0. Tom Brady, there were some passes where he was beautiful and the receivers were missing him. There were a couple times where he was forcing stuff. Cam Jordan, 2 sacks and a forced fumble. Gardner Johnson had a pick. It was brutal. It was brutal. And like I said, it was 6-0. Heading into the third quarter, man, I'm telling you, it was like, I don't know. I was worried. I was like, this is weird. This is very
yeah.
perplexing for me. So now this kind of brings up the question. And yes, Chris
Oh
Godwin.
yeah, yes. Prayers
So
up to Chris
originally
Godwin.
they said it was his knee. They thought it was a hyperextended knee. Then it was a sprained MCL, so he was only going to miss the rest of the season and come back in for the wild card game.
Quick
Now
question:
it's a torn ACL.
you feel like that was a legal illegal hit?
No, but I want to say it should be. I really do. But when you're playing the game and you're in the
Moment.
in the heat of the moment, you're not really looking to see, oh, is his knee here? Like
Yeah.
you're not really looking for that.
Yeah, you thinking fast,
Yeah,
like
real quick. And on
yeah,
top of that, like again, if like it was close to the first down marker, so you're trying to stop him from getting it.
yeah. I
So
don't
you're just trying to go,
yeah, I don't think
So
it's illegal because like you can't hit in the head because the concussion and all that. So
yep.
you go for the
So you gotta
legs,
go low.
it's still illegal. So it's like what can these defenders do to make a play? Like if you wrap, some of these guys are strong as hell. You get off me. You wrapping them up. You still ain't bringing them down. So like, where can I go to bring the receiver down? Somebody down. Like something got to change or something because it's keep getting watered down, and now it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, nah, bro, it's brutal. And like I just say, Tampa just can't beat the Saints in the regular season. They just can't. They just can't. I don't know what it is. But here's the question: what's more embarrassing? The Saints getting shut, or the Buccaneers getting shut out by the Saints? By the way, first time that Tom Brady's been shut out in 255 consecutive starts, or the Bills being the Bills and losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm still going with the Bills because this wasn't a Jaguars like team. I mean, this team still got playmakers on this team. The quarterback is not, Taysom Hill ain't really nothing spectacular, but they still got players on the offense and defense. So, it's still the Jaguars. You ain't no way in hell you should lose to the damn Jaguars. So yeah, it's still going
Um,
with the Bills. And the Saints actually playing for something. The Bills are trying. I mean, the Jaguars are trying to lose. They want a number one pick.
Well, nah, they at the time they weren't really trying to lose. Urban Meyer somehow thought this team was gonna win.
Yeah, he thought that team was gonna win, but we thought they wasn't
No,
gonna win.
no. Here's the thing: everyone knew they weren't gonna
Yeah,
win. We all knew, and even some of the players knew. They're like, "Look, bro, it is what it is. We just got to try to get better and figure it out."
yeah. So
Like,
I'm still go with the Bills on this one.
you know, I'm gonna go with Tampa, and I'm explaining why. I'm explaining why. Now, don't get it twisted. Let me just say this: both teams, it was embarrassing for both, right? But for Tampa, you got shut out, and what's even worse is that no one's talking about this. The Tampa Bay defense did great. They didn't allow a single touchdown. It's only 3 field goals.
Yeah,
On any other night, they win the Buccaneers win this team or win this game. But for some unknown reason, they just nobody wanted to score it. And before anyone
yeah,
says, "Oh yeah, well Mike Evans had the hamstring injury. He had the injury. Then Leonard Fournette ended up going out, and I'm like, I understand that, but at the same time, you still got Gronk. So
yeah.
you have an opportunity, and you still got Ronald Jones,
And Scotty Miller.
right? And you got Ronald Jones, who is a very capable back.
Yeah.
He's still a very capable back. And the Saints defense was holding it down while they still had them. It's unfortunate that it turned out that way, but not only that, Tampa Bay is number one in scoring. Their offense is number one in scoring, and they got shut out.
Tom Brady, the only person who could get away with a lot of stuff. He was talking trash to the other team coach.
Well, they were talking trash to him too, so it's like I had no problem with that.
Yeah, I know, and but I'm saying like in the referee eyes, like
Well, no, because the refs were letting the Bucks players or the Saints players say whatever they wanted at the time. They were literally letting them say whatever they wanted, and that's how I'm like, look, when I saw that, I was like, if Tom Brady says something, they throw a flag. That's gonna be some BS. He said something, and when he went and said something, I think he said something like "you suck" or something like that.
yeah,
Which
something like that.
Tom, you can't say that when y'all getting shut out. They just forced. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was sacked that play. If I am mistaken, and he ran to the side and said they suck. And I'm like, Tom, look, I love you, bro, but you just can't. Like you're losing, you just can't.
It's funny
But
watching him get mad.
oh my god, it's funny. Like I said, I thought they could do it, but look, let me go back to saying why I thought Tampa's loss was a bit more embarrassing. You lost to a team who, if we're gonna be honest, I understand. They have playoff ramifications, but what's even worse is for the last 2 years, Tom Brady hasn't been able to. The Buccaneers haven't just been able to beat this
Yeah.
Saints team in the regular season, which adds to the embarrassment. You know what I mean? Like it's bad. They could
I
have
mean,
clinched the division and clinched a playoff seed, and could have ended up helping be in the first seed. You did all this, and on top of that, you got shut out.
I wouldn't take it as an embarrassment because regular season really don't mean anything. Yes, it got something to do with playoff seeding, but we all know Saints
I
not
would,
doing
I
anything
would
in the
tell you this.
playoffs.
I would tell you, I would believe you and say it doesn't matter if
No, I
Tampa
said
Bay. No, I'm. What were we saying? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said it do matter as far as like playoff seeding and tie breaking and all that
Mhm.
stuff, but other than that, it really don't. To
But
me,
and
it
that,
wouldn't matter.
right, but that's what I'm saying because they could have not only could the Buccaneers have had locked down the division,
Yeah,
they would have been tied with the Packers and still been in the running for the number one seed, which Tampa needs because of the injuries.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like when all these injuries happen, I was like, okay, now they need that bye week. Gives them an extra bye week where they can rest, recuperate, and then they can come out and then be fine. But
but
it's
yeah,
tough.
with this Chris Godwin injury now, they can't release AB, so AB on the way.
Exactly, and that's the thing. They were thinking about releasing AB,
Yeah, but
and now
me personally, if I'm a player, that Jaguars loss will hit me more than this Saints loss.
and I get it. I understand, and For me, I would look. They're both embarrassing either way. But me getting shut out, that me being the number one offense, the
Yeah,
number one scoring offense, and I get shut out. I don't care
yeah.
what team it is. Just the
I
fact that I got shut out, that puts me in a very,
I feel you, and
very
not even the
interesting.
top 5 or 10 defense was what Saints defense where they ranked that? They in top 10?
They were actually. Hold on, I'll tell you the ranking right now. The Saints defense sixth.
Six. Oh well,
Well,
so
right now they're sixth. I think like before this game, they were. I think they were like seventh or eighth.
yeah. So
They were. Yeah, they were pretty good. They were pretty good. By the way, my the rankings are brought to you by lineups. Lineups.com. That's where I get all my rankings because they actually not only do they give you the actual rank, but they
hmm
actually break it down. So they do like pass attempts, yard. They do it for offense and defense. It's actually pretty dope. But I mean, look, man, it was tough. I mean, look. I'm gonna put it to you this way, man. Regardless, either way, it was horrible. Let's just
yeah,
get both losses were horrible. Being shut out to me, I personally think that hits just a little different.
yeah.
That's just me. Especially you being the number one scoring offense, I think that hits just a little bit different. And again, it sucks. I really do feel bad for the Bucks because, again, it was they kind of they got it was bad luck on some parts.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't feel sorry for any team Tom Brady on because some way, somehow he found a way to still win. So I can't really feel sorry for Tom Brady.
Yeah, you
So
got jokes. You got jokes.
uh,
Kemba Walker,
it's not even joke. This man, he always found a way to win. Am I right or am I wrong? He
that's
didn't
right,
want
bro.
he won Super Bowls with just no receivers.
See, this is why me personally, there's three types of animals I love to just hang around. That's just me, right? There's three types of animals. One, dogs, because there's man best friend.
I knew that was gonna happen. I'm
There's
trying to think of the next one.
you said what now?
I'm trying to think. I knew you were gonna say dog. I'm trying to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what
So
other.
dogs, and then second one, monkeys. I love monkeys because my personality and how I am, you know, I kind of remind myself a little bit like a monkey, right? Like that's my spirit animal, right? And do you know what the third animal I love is?
Just kidding.
Nah. Nah, you know what it is, bro? Goats, bro. That's why I hang out with Tom Brady and LeBron James. Because I love me some goats. I love me chilling around some goats. So I'm just gonna throw it and leave it like that. Isaiah Thomas came back to the league. He's saying I feel healthy. Kemba Walker was freed out of exile. Say Tom Thibodeau, hold this. In 2 games, Kemba Walker, not Kemba Walker, Isaiah Thomas, not bad against the Timberwolves. Came off the bench, 19 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Against the Bulls, started 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Kemba Walker, when he finally came out of exile a couple days ago, played a whopping 37 minutes, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Like, who? Mm-mm-mm. Very impressive, very impressive. But let me ask you, Mike, before I get into it. What is more impressive to you, Isaiah Thomas's return to LA, or Kemba Walker's, him being freed from exile in New York?
Uh, I'm gonna go with Kemba Walker, just for the fact that he was bench, and he didn't know whether or not he's gonna get traded or not. So it's like you probably feeling different in your feelings. Whereas Isaiah Thomas, you just wanted to get on any roster and play. It's like Kimbo, he came home. He wanted to play for the Knicks and to get benched. So and it come out and then score 29 on a good Boston team. So yeah, I got to go with Kimbo.
Yeah, that's kind of for me. I'm gonna agree with you. I think it is Kemba. And the reason why I say Kemba is multiple reasons. First and foremost, he was exiled. And they basically blamed him. It was Kemba Walker's fault. And the reason I know for a fact why it was Kemba Walker's fault is simple. Because he was the only one who was benched.
Yeah, he's new. He was the new guy on the team.
Right.
When
So
you look at it, Randall and RJ Barrett is inconsistent as well. Like,
right. And so is Evan Fournier.
yeah.
And they didn't really nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
So you take that into consideration.
But Kimba don't play defense, so it's more easier for Thibodeau to bench Kimba than to bench the guy you paying the
Right.
bag to and Randall and then your young rookie and RJ Barrett. So
Right. And that's the thing, like him to come back, again, he handled the way I personally look at it, man. Isaiah Thomas plays a role. Kemba Walker needs to turn back the hands of time. If this New York team wants to go far, they got to turn back the hand. Kemba has to turn back the hands of time. Isaiah Thomas doesn't have to do that. Isaiah Thomas just got to be average. That's really it. If we're gonna be honest, you know what I mean. Like he's not there to average 30 like he did, like he almost did in Boston. Like
Kemba there, he gotta be perfect. Isaiah Thomas ain't really gotta be perfect.
Exactly. Like all Isaiah Thomas does is not mess up. That's it.
Get out LeBron James. Get out LeBron way.
Exactly. That's it. Just get out LeBron's way.
And
occasionally we'll give you a couple plays and go from there. Right. Kemba Walker, on the other hand, is like, I have to be that guy. I have to, because again, and think about it, if he messes up again, he's going back to the bench. So Kemba Walker has this added pressure on him that not only do I got to turn back the hands of time, not only do I have to prove, that I was worthy of this, not only do I have to prove that it was a good move to bring me off the bench, but I also know if I prove y'all right, you guys will put me back on that bench. So he's got a lot going on for him.
Right now they're sitting at 12th in the Eastern Conference at 13 and 17. It's going to be rough to try to leapfrog Atlanta, Toronto, Philly, Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You see number 2?
You said what? Oh, yeah, the Chicago Bulls. Yes, sir. So Chicago Bulls 18 and 10. 64 in y'all last 10. So you guys are climbing up. I'll be honest. I don't know if you guys will. I know you guys will finish as a top 4 seed. Where in that top 4? I don't know, because I'm going to be honest with you. I could see y'all falling to 4, but I could also see y'all being the number 1 seed by the time all things are said and done.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? I honestly, from 5 down, there's no way Chicago should be there at all.
Yeah.
There's no way they should be there, especially how Chicago's been playing. So for me, I got, like I said, I got 1 through 4, and I could see y'all finishing 4th, but I could also see you guys being the number 1 seed. So in Chicago, 110%, there is nothing but happiness.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hate y'all. I really do. I'll be honest. That's where we should have been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest.
I feel like Boston just got to make a decision on Tatum and Brown, or somehow trying to get those 2 on the same page. But if I'm Boston, I'll probably try to get pair Cat with Tatum.
If you can.
I think Jaylen Brown to do with some other young pieces.
Yep.
Yeah, but Boston, like y'all may be at 500, but y'all not that far. Like I said, Jason Tatum is a dog. I don't care what nobody say.
He is not. He is. There's no debate. He's a dog, man. We just gotta we're taking him off his leash. Let's see how he goes from there. In terms of the NFL, Raiders are playing the Browns 10-0. Derek Carr, 13 for 20, 101 yards with a tutty. Peyton Barber has 4 touches for 37 yards. Josh Jacobs, 8 touches for 26 yards. Derek Carr has a rush. So does Marcus Mariota. Hunter Renfrow, 3 for 32. On the Brown side, and I said this, if Nick Mullins throws the ball 4 more times, they're losing the game. I said that, and I mean, I said Nick Mullins needs to have a Nick Chubb game, and they need to give a Mac Jones game, and Nick Chubb needs to get reception, like, touches upon touch upon touch. Nick Mullins 13 for 19, 78 yards. Nick Chubb 8 touches for 15 yards. Do you think the Bears can come back and win? Third quarter, about 12 minutes left in the third quarter, 10-0. Raiders have the ball. Do you think the Browns can come back?
I mean, it's a chance if they run the game pick up, but if the Raiders score one more time, I don't see the Browns coming back, especially with a backup quarterback. Yeah, I don't see
And
the
it's
Browns
funny
coming back.
because he's not just the backup quarterback; he's the backup to the backup quarterback.
Yeah,
Because when Baker was out, they said Case Keenum was going to start,
yeah.
and then Case Keenum got put on the list.
With Case Keenum, maybe I would have more confidence, but like I said, the third string,
No, 100%. I'm with you. Like, yeah, if Raiders score one more time, it's a wrap.
yeah,
I already think it's a wrap. I already do, because like I said, Nick Mullins, if he threw the ball over 4 times, and I wasn't joking, if he threw the ball over 5 times, they weren't going to win.
and the Raiders do got some nice pieces on defense. So if they don't Raiders, then they can win this game.
Yep. It's going to be interesting, like I said, and I wholeheartedly believe this. If 4 more throws, they're going to lose the game. They're down 10-0. He threw 19 times. Let's see what happens. But the main event tonight, the Minnesota Vikings traveled to Chicago to play the Bears. This game has, believe it or not, it has a lot on the line. It really does, because if the Vikings win, they can actually sneak into the playoffs, right? So obviously, in terms of the NFC, Packers already clinched. The second seed Dallas, third seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers, fourth seed Arizona Cardinals, fifth seed LA Rams, sixth seed the San Francisco 49ers, and seventh seed New Orleans Saints. If the Vikings beat the Chicago Bears, they would be 7-7. Plus the Washington football team, and the Philadelphia Eagles, who are also 6-7, play. So whoever wins will also be 7-7. So things are getting real choppy for that last spot, that third NFC wildcard spot tonight. Vikings, Bears, who you got?
It's a tough one for me because I am a diehard Bears fan. I bleed blue and orange, but I know I had pick'ems. I went with the Vikings. Kirk Cousins not really good on primetime game. I think he like 2-9, 1-9 maybe. The Bears was hit with COVID. I feel like they got a bunch of fifth strings in the back on defense. And I think the Vikings offense with Cook, Jefferson gonna be too much for the Bears defense. So I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going with the Vikings. In a close game, but the Vikings pulled through towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got the Vikings. Honestly, I don't think it'll be that close, to be honest. I really don't. I
I gotta give my home team some kind of
I
love.
mean, yeah, but at the same time, like you said, they got hit with COVID, so you
But I
know.
do I do think Fields gonna have a real good game. But I feel like the offense gonna play well, but the defense just gonna let us up as they've been doing for the past couple of weeks.
It's gonna be very interesting to see how it goes. I do have the Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins is gonna have a game. I really do.
But I probably will be tuned into the Bulls game.
uh, Look, me personally, I got the Vikings. I think, like I said, Kirk Cousins, he's gonna have a day. He's gonna ball out. He's gonna enjoy himself, live his best life. Let's
Can't
see
be
what
mad at
happens though,
that.
because remember, we can't say that it's definitely gonna happen, because this is, we live in a world where the Lions beat the Cardinals, We live in a world where the Saints beat the Buccaneers. We live in a weird world. Let's be honest. Our world right now is weird. So I'm not gonna say that anything is for certain,
You
but
got
I will
Big
say
Ben
this:
still winning football games.
like, imagine, freaking imagine. Follow us on Twitter, the Prideful Takes Podcast.
But I got one more thing. How do you feel about that Jake Paul fight? I forgot to mention that at the beginning of
I
the
didn't
show.
watch it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't watch it. No, I didn't watch it. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. Now, all the people defended the Jake Paul fight. You're a joke. You're pathetic. And do me a favor, go dig a hole, put your head in that hole, and then bury it so you suffocate. That's
And
my thoughts on it.
my last thing is the Lions, Broncos, any team looking for a quarterback, go get Tyler Huntley. Give my man's a shot.
Look, man, if I'm Tyler Huntley, do I really want to stay in Baltimore?
Yeah, he balling.
Right? So,
I know we gotta wrap up though, but do you think that Baltimore system is just like how I'm trying to say? Like people said that any quarterback who play like Lamar Jackson can thrive in that system. Do you agree with that?
what do you mean?
Like any dual threat quarterback that played like Lamar Jackson can thrive in the Ravens system.
Well, yeah, because they cater everything to him, you know. And by the way, Lamar Jackson and people get mad at me all the time. I say he's not a dual threat quarterback. He just runs. He's he's uber athletic, but you put him in the pocket, he doesn't know what to do. And if you don't believe me, go check out the game that he played against Baltimore, or I'm sorry, against Miami.
Yeah.
So so you know what I mean? So my thing is, in order to be a dual threat, if I take away your mobility, you need to be able to, not obviously not be a gunslinger, but you need to be able to be comfortable enough in the pocket where you can handle. He can't do that. Now again, he's young. He's young. So it's not like this is who he is. He's got time to develop and mature as a passer. So, but I mean, honestly, not really, because when you have in Baltimore, they catered everything to the best quarterback they had on their roster. And that was mobility, right? Like that was his thing. And now you have a backup of Tyler Huntley, who basically he's mobile as well. You know what I mean? So they have the system built in there, and Tyler Huntley fits that system too. So that's why I kind of feel like he had success. You know what I mean? If you go and get a Jimmy Garoppolo, a Phillip Rivers, a Ben Roethlisberger, a Matthew Stafford, guys who aren't known for being mobile, and you put them in that situation, I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I think he should go somewhere like Steelers would be nice for Huntley. They need a quarterback.
And not only that, but you also have a good running game.
Yeah.
You got a good running game. Like wherever Huntley goes, this is going to be a topic. This is definitely going to be a topic, the next time we sit down, because that's going to be interesting. But he needs to go to a place where there's a run game. Because if you have a run game and you can contribute to that run game and you can throw, it'll be very, very interesting.
Yes,
Follow us on Twitter at Prideful Takes. If you guys see any news related to anything sports, feel free to tag us and we'll put it on the show. Catch us on Facebook at Prideful Takes. We go live, and we also be putting the pick'ems and all that stuff there. And if you don't have Facebook, follow us on, subscribe to us on YouTube at Prideful Takes. Visit our website, www.pridefultakes.com. Not only do we have every episode of the podcast up there, but we also have original articles. Check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at Prideful Takes. And also, download Colorcast. The handle is Prideful Takes. That is where we're going to start doing some more live play-by-play in terms of the NFL and potentially the NBA. So that's something to look forward to. Mike, it's been a pleasure, my guy.
Like always.
Yes, sir. On behalf of Mike, it is your boy Pride. We'll be back here Wednesday.
Go Bears.
We'll be back here Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. We'll see y'all then. Be safe.
That was going. That was a great read. Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the
2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking, end zone!
2-2, Shohei Ohtani. Center field, let's watch it go!
Did several of those inside low kicks.